guys, this is Echo Sourx with another tutorial for ADSR and MassiveSynth.com. If you are not subscribed to the YouTube channel and you're digging what we're doing, you can subscribe at youtube.com/ADSRtuts. So that was a quick demo showcasing what we'll be going over today in the tutorial. I'm not going to be remaking that sound per se, but I will be showing you how to add some really expressive and playable vibrato to your sounds. And for all you EDM guys out there, this is a really cool effect that is pretty popular, and it's really easy to do in Massive, which is cool. You can actually do it a few ways. I tend to do it by using the vibrato. You could also do it by setting up an LFO. So basically on this first half of the demo, you're going to see these long notes on my MIDI right here, like right there, there, and there. And you'll hear the vibrato come in as that note's held out. So if I pull up my MIDI here, you'll see that on the second half of the progression, I have some different note values here. The red one's in Logic. Note that it is a higher velocity. So I set it up to not only have more vibrato be introduced to the sound over time, but it's also velocity sensitive. So that's really cool. So then you can let these notes hang and the vibrato comes in as the note plays. Or if you want to introduce some quick vibrato on a short note, you can do that as well. So have a listen. So it really makes your sound more expressive. So I have an instance of the exact same sound pulled up in Massive without any of the vibrato effect. So it's still a pretty cool sound, but it's not nearly as expressive and playable as the other one. So all I'm going to do to go over the sound, you can apply it to any lead. It helps to first have a mono lead. It makes it just a little bit better. So you can do this with any of your favorite leads, pull up one of your lead sounds and turn it to monophonic. And then what you want to do is you're going to end up using two different envelopes to control the vibrato. So it doesn't really matter which ones you use as long as you're using two, and as long as it's one that's not going to be vastly controlling like the shape of your sound. So first thing that I did to do this was I clicked on the voicing and made the sound monophonic because it wasn't. And then I went to my oscillator tab and I'm going to select restart. Make sure you have restart via gate selected so the sound's more consistent. And then you're going to go to, if you have the vibrato macro active, clear that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to select one of your envelopes. And in that envelope, so let's say I'm going to select envelope 3 for this, because I don't have 3 tied to really anything too important for the sound. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the attack up to a little above halfway, and I'm going to keep the level where it is. I'm going to keep the decay where it is and the release where it is for this. So you kind of should get this slanting triangle shape with this line right here in the Trg Zero Reset range. That's how you know you got your attack right. And so very important, you need to select Trg Zero Reset. So what that's going to do is every time you play a new note, it recycles this attack, the ADSR of this envelope. If you don't, you're going to get the vibrato coming in at random times. So make sure that's selected. Now I'm going to go back to this oscillator tab, and I am going to, for the depth, use that envelope because it has the long attack time. So turn your depth all the way down, and then just drag this in and drag it up a little way. So here's what we got. So you hear the vibrato start to come in as it plays. So that works. So now it's a little bit too slow of a vibrato, which we can remedy real quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a second envelope with a different attack time. You can do a different shape. This is the shape of this envelope. Nothing too special. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this, and I'm going to modulate the rate. So then as the attack of this starts to trigger the depth of the vibrato, the attack of envelope 2 is going to change the rate and speed it up. So here's what we got with that. And again, make sure that you select Trg Zero Reset on this so you get more of a consistent tone. So let me play the progression here. So So far we have the notes where I'm holding out the sustained value. It's introducing the vibrato, but now we need to get that really cool kind of expressiveness involved with the velocity. So I'm going to go to this third envelope here, and I'm going to select my velocity macro, and I'm going to dial it backwards, so meaning that it's shortening the attack time of the attack if I push harder. So now I have, if I push really light on the key, it brings in the vibrato via the time that we set up using the envelopes. Now if I push really hard, you hear it right at the beginning. So let me play the progression now. All right, and it's really that simple, guys. Really easy way to get kind of that very famous, a lot of famous EDM producers are doing it. They'll throw in that vibrato as the note plays or something like that. But again, just to recap, what you're going to do is you're going to use two envelopes. Doesn't matter which ones you use, and one of them is going to have a really long attack time, and you're going to set that up into the depth of your vibrato. And then another one is going to have a slightly shorter attack time, but still have a lengthy one. Little, nothing like that would be really short that you'd use with a pluck or anything like that. And then you're going to tie that to your rate. So your rate speeds up via a different envelope than the depth is bringing in the vibrato, and you end up with this effect. All right, cool, guys. So if you have any questions or comments, let me know below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And if you haven't checked out massivesynth.com, head on over there. And we also recently rebooted ADSR and the main site for that, so check that out as well. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.